This is the PIX Basics lab, and you will enter the IP addresses as you have done in previous labs. You will enter your internal PC1 and internal PC2 IP addresses, and after you've done that, you'll go to the PIX. Here you will enter the command enable, or EN for short. And you will hit return as the password is blank. You will next then configure the terminal, which you can type it all the way out, or you can shorthand it to config T. You will then type write erase. This will erase the current configuration and allow you to have a clean configuration file once you have rebooted the system. You will type enter to confirm. Next you will reload the PIX and hit enter to confirm, and now it is rebooting. And this will give you a clean install once it reboots, that you can then set up the new configuration file. Once the PIC reboots, you will type no for the interactive command prompts, and now you will then start with enable again. You'll hit return to go through the password. You'll hit configure terminal, and then type the command show run, or sh run as short. This will show you your current running configuration. Next you will name the PIX. So you can use host or host name, followed by the name you want to give it. In this case it is your first name. So type host name, your first name, whatever your first name may be. Now we'll learn some of the basic configurations of the PIX firewall. We'll use name if E1 outside security 0. Hit enter. Next you will type name if E0 inside security 100. Then you will type show name if. This will show you the configuration that you just set up. Next you will enable the interfaces. You type interface E0 auto and press return, followed by interface E1 auto, and then place return also. Now type show interface, or sh interface for short, and note the state of the interfaces. Next you will assign addresses to those interfaces by typing IP address inside 10.0.1.1 with a subnet mask of 255.255.255.0 and press enter. Next you'll set the IP address of the outside by typing IP address outside 192.168.1.2 with a subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. Now you'll type show IP address. Then you'll see the assigned address of each interface. Now we'll type the static route. Route outside 0 space 0 space 192.168.1.1, and in this case the 0 by themselves are taking the place of the default of 0.0.0.0. Next you will try to attempt to ping the PICs at interface 10.0.1.1 to see if that will work. So you go to Start, Run, Command Prompt, type CMD, hit OK, and now you will attempt to ping, PING, and the address you want to ping. As you can see, it works. Now you attempt to open a telnet session to the ISP gateway at 192.168.1.1. And this should fail. Yes, it cannot connect. Now we will configure NAT. So we'll go back to the PICs. Type NAT space inside space 1 10.0.1.0 and the subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. Next you will type the global command. Global, then outside in parentheses, followed by the 1, which matches the inside command, with the IP address of 192.168.1.4 to the range of 192.168.1.6. Type the command netmask 255.255.255.0. Now you'll go back and try the telnet session again and attempt to connect. So go back to the IP internal PC and try the telnet session again. And you see that it works, but the password is not set, and this you'll take a screenshot of for submission. And now type the show xlate command on the PICs. This shows your current NAT translation, and you'll take a screenshot of this for submission. Next you'll go to the next PICs and you'll do the same thing there. You do enable, go through the password, type configure terminal, host name, your first name 2, put a 2 after what your first name is. This is the second PICs. Now you'll type name if E1 space outside space security 0 and hit return. Then you'll type name if E0 inside security 100 and press return. Now we'll set the interface. Go to interface E0 space auto and hit return, and interface E1 auto and hit return on that also. Now you'll assign the IP addresses. The IP address inside 10.0.2.1 with the subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. And then you'll set the outside IP address outside space 192.168.2.2 with the subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. Now you'll set the static route space outside space 0 space 0 space 192.168.2.1. And now go to the internal PC2 and attempt to ping the PIX interface at 10.0.2.1. And this should work. So go to Start, Run, CMD, hit OK. Now ping 10.0.2.1, and you see that it works. And you can try to establish the telnet session. You'll see that it also fails. Now you go back to the PIX2 and set up NAT. It'll be NAT inside space 1 space 10.0.2.0 with a subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. Next you'll type the global command. That's global outside space 1, which matches the NAT command, and then you put the IP address 192.168.2.4 to 192.168.2.6, net mask 255.255.255.0. And now you'll go back and test the configuration again. So from the internal PC, you attempt to telnet the session to the ISP gateway at 192.168.2.1. And it'll attempt to connect, and you'll see that it's successful there, but then connection stops, and you'll take a screenshot of that for submission, and then go type the command show xlate on the PIX2 so you can see the NAT translation on it, and then you'll take a screenshot of this for submission also. And that is the PIX Basics lab.